Funny discovery, we cannot put the batteries in the same bag as the bulbs because sometimes they accidentally connect and turn on, and that's going to kill the battery. So we have to separate the battery from the bulb until it's time to use them. All right, we're gonna make some circuits, and these bags are separated for good reason. This battery has a different power than these batteries, and each motor or light bulb is designed for a certain amount of power, and we don't want to put too much power because then they break, and not enough power, nothing happens. A battery holder and your battery. You have two wires, and the color doesn't matter. I just like different colors so you can see that they're two different wires. These are called alligator clips, and they just open and close like an alligator's teeth. And to make a circuit, connect the battery to the wire. Obviously, this flat side, negative side of the terminal of the battery, doesn't have any place to grab. And so the battery holder just has handles, and they're metal, so they're conductors. So the flat end of the battery, the negative terminal, goes on the spring, and he's going to slide it in there. And now I can attach the alligator clip to one terminal. And I need to be careful because if I connect the same wire to the other terminal, the electrons in this battery are going to flow very quickly through this circuit, circle, cycle, and it's going to overheat and it's going to die. And we don't want to have that happen. So you do not want to connect a battery to itself without something to light up and to pass the electrons through. And so also in your bag, you're going to have a light, and it's just a light bulb. And this is just a light bulb holder. Again, you could try to connect the wire directly to the light bulb, but doesn't work very well. One terminal is at the bottom and one is on the side here, and it just doesn't want to do that. So this light bulb holder comes in very handy. And I don't know if I can capture on camera, but if you follow the metal, this terminal goes to the side of the light bulb, and this other terminal touches the bottom of the light bulb. And so we're touching both ends, and so the electrons can flow through. So I'm just going to take the other end of this first alligator clip wire and clip it on there. And then I need the other wire to go to the other end of the battery, the power source, and then circuit, circle, cycle. So these wires are really long. So it's hard to see on film here, but the electrons go through the red wire into the light bulb and then back out of the light bulb and then back around to the battery. Circuit, circle, cycle. It has to go around and around and around. And then how do I turn it off? Break the circle. Break the circuit, break the cycle, turn it off, turn it on. Now, if it's not working, it could be because the battery is not strong enough, or it could be because the bulb is not touching both ends. And so you might need to adjust it. If you turn it lefty-loosey, it comes unscrewed, righty-tighty. Now, you don't want to leave this on for too long because it will use up the battery. And you do not want to connect the wires here because, again, it would just circle around through itself, overheat, and then die. So we're going to keep those two wires separated. Also in your bag, you have a motor. We'll talk more later about how motors work. Pretty much anything that has moving parts has a motor in it like this, and it's really simple. There are very little terminals there. Be careful not to break them off. They are pretty fragile. And you're just going to gently connect one alligator clip to one. Again, we have this circle going on, circuit, circle, cycle. So I need to connect the other end of the circle to the other terminal. And sometimes it takes a little push. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's buzzing, it's spinning. Ooh, I can feel it moving. Sounds like a dentist drill, yikes. And how do I turn it off? Break the circuit, break the cycle. There you go. When we're done with this one, it's very important that we disconnect everything. Again, I don't want these to touch. It's going to kill the battery. What a waste of money. So I'm going to disconnect and disconnect. And I also like to take the battery out. You don't want to leave batteries in any kind of device for too long because the battery acid here will leak and it creates problems. And you don't want that. So we put this back in the bag neatly. Nice the way you found it. This one you'll see is a bag inside of a bag. And that's because these little batteries are called button cell batteries because they look like buttons. If they accidentally touch the light, they will light up and then run down the battery. So that's why those are separate. And here we have some Christmas lights and some little LED lights, and they work the same way. This battery, just like the other one we had, has a positive side and a negative side. And you'll see the light bulb has 2 wires. And I like to think of it as an indoor and an outdoor. And it doesn't matter with this kind of light which way it goes. And all you do is hold it on both sides of the battery. Now this kind of light, you can flip the battery over and it works the same way. The LED, however, only works in one direction, and I do not know why. So I try it this way. Ooh, nice, lights up. But if I take that battery and flip it over, nothing. Interesting, don't know why. Cool, and we have different colors here, so you play around with them. When we're done with this one, we cannot put this battery in with the bag with these lights because it will accidentally light up. So we separate these batteries, put all the lights together, keep these batteries separate from the lights together in this bag, and I just roll them up and put them back in the bag.